Right now, there is a crypto project sitting on the phones of over 60 million people worldwide, and most of the financial world still refuses to take it seriously. That arrogance might be the most expensive mistake they ever make. Stay with me until the end of this video, because what you are about to learn will either change how you see Pi Network completely or confirm exactly why you have been right about it all along.
And specifically, its open mainnet launch, which is not a rumor, not a projection, not a coming soon placeholder. It is happening. The countdown is done. The engines are firing. And I genuinely believe this is one of the most consequential moments in the history of mobile crypto. And I do not say that lightly. Let me give you the origin story first, because context is everything in this space. Pi Network is founded by Dr. Nicholas Kokowalis and Dr. Chengdiao Fan, both Stanford PhDs. Now, according to Muradov Smajlovic on X, Stanford University has consistently been the epicenter of what he calls absolute knowledge, tracing a lineage from Frederick Terman and the founders of HP straight through to the invention of Google's PageRank. His argument is that Pi Network is not a coincidence. It is the logical next evolutionary step in a long Stanford tradition of building things that reshape entire industries. That is a strong take, and honestly, it is hard to argue with the resume. The founding idea was elegant in its simplicity. Mobile mining. You open the app, you tap once a day, and you accumulate Pi. No overheating laptop, no electricity bill that makes your accountant weep, no specialized hardware. According to the Open Mainnet account on X, Pi is designed to be a cryptocurrency for and by everyday people that you can mine on your phone for free. My opinion on this? That is either genius or the most patient long game in crypto history. After watching where this is heading, I'm leaning toward genius. For years, pioneers, that is what Pi Network calls its users, are living in what the project calls the enclosed mainnet. Think of it as a high-security testing facility where the blockchain is alive, transactions are internal, KYC is processed, and developers are building apps, but the doors to the outside crypto world are sealed. That phase serves its purpose. It lets the core team fix bugs, build infrastructure, and grow a community without the chaos of open market speculation killing the project before it has a chance to breathe. Smart, disciplined, boring? Yes. Necessary? Absolutely. Pi is no longer a closed experiment. It is a live, functioning, tradable digital currency stepping onto the global stage. Now let us talk about the infrastructure upgrade that is powering this transition, because this part is genuinely technical, and most channels gloss right over it. According to Scopuli, the Stellar Wallet account on X, Pi Network's February 15, 2026 mainnet node upgrade deadline requires all node operators to implement enhancements to the Stellar Consensus Protocol, or SCP. Any node that fails to comply risks disconnection from the network. SCP, which also powers the Stellar Network and XLM, enables scalable and energy-efficient consensus through what is called Federated Byzantine Agreement. In plain language, it means the network can process thousands of transactions per second. My read on this? Pi is quietly building on some of the most battle-tested consensus architecture in the blockchain space. That is not an accident. That is an engineering decision made by people who intend for this network to still be running in 20 years. According to analysis shared by the account Pi Network Dex, user Fen Leng, Pi coin sees a sudden and unusual price surge that catches many observers off guard. His commentary is direct. Whether Pi is rising or falling at any given moment, he is always adding to his position, because, in his view, the long-term trajectory is a significant price appreciation driven by the project's fundamentals. Now, I am not here to tell you what to do with your money. That is not what this channel does. But I will say this, a trader who keeps buying through volatility instead of panic selling is either deeply informed or deeply committed to their thesis. In Pi's case, a lot of structural support behind it. Speaking of structure, let us talk about what Open Mainnet actually unlocks for pioneers. According to crypto analyst and ex-user Flex, who goes by the handle DogFlex36, Pi Network is now functioning as a bridge between real people and real digital value. He points to global connectivity through millions of verified pioneers worldwide, stablecoin integration for safe and efficient transactions, and practical utility spanning payments, remittances, and decentralized finance powered by Pi. My analysis here: the remittance angle is underrated. There are billions of dollars flowing between families across borders every month, and the fees on traditional remittance platforms are frankly disrespectful. A verified, accessible, mobile-first blockchain with a massive user base is structurally positioned to compete in that space in a way most crypto projects are not. Now let me address the price conversation directly, because I know it is the first thing many of you are thinking. According to Flex at DogFlex36, a price of $100 per Pi is a powerful vision, but he breaks down exactly what it would require to get there. Massive global adoption, strong real-world utility across payments and applications, active open mainnet participation, high demand paired with controlled circulating supply, and a thriving Pi DEX and ecosystem economy. His conclusion is precise, and I agree with it completely. Price does not rise on hope alone. It rises on utility, scarcity, and demand. Anyone selling you a price target without those three variables in the equation is selling you a fantasy, not an analysis. On the topic of big ambitions, according to the Open Mainnet account on X, the Pi Network roadmap at one point references a $1 trillion market cap as a target. Before anyone in the comments takes that out of context, the same account clarifies that this roadmap is no longer actively maintained as of the transition to the open network and should be treated as a historical reference only. For current direction, official Pi Network communication channels are the source to follow. I appreciate that level of transparency. Too many projects let outdated documents circulate unchallenged and then act surprised when communities get misled. One more piece of infrastructure worth understanding is what Flex at DogFlex36 describes as Pi Network's relationship to ISO 2022, the global financial messaging standard used by banks worldwide for structured and secure payments. His argument is that Pi Network brings that same standard into a decentralized, community-driven blockchain environment, making transactions faster, more secure, and accessible to millions of pioneers. The traditional financial system already runs on ISO 2022 infrastructure. A blockchain that speaks the same language is not fighting the establishment. It is building a door straight into it. That is a strategic advantage that most retail investors are not pricing in yet. So where does this leave Pi Network right now? The open mainnet is live. The node infrastructure is upgrading. Developers worldwide can now build on Pi without special permission and launch directly to a user base of over 55 million verified people. Merchants can accept Pi as a payment method. Pioneers can trade or spend the coins they have been accumulating for years. The training wheels are removed. The real test begins today. The challenges are real, and I am not going to pretend otherwise. Technical scaling under open market conditions is a different beast than closed beta performance. Global regulatory scrutiny will intensify as Pi gains real market value. Competition from established networks like Ethereum and Solana is fierce, and attracting top-tier developers requires a compelling pitch. Market volatility is a genuine risk and, a mass sell-off from impatient pioneers could really shake confidence in the short term. Sustainable growth requires patience, coordination, and a community that understands the difference between a sprint and a marathon. But here is my honest take. The combination of a Stanford pedigreed founding team, one of the largest verified user bases in crypto history, energy-efficient consensus infrastructure, and a deliberate phased launch strategy is not a coincidence. This project has been built with a long horizon in mind. Whether it reaches its full potential depends on execution from this point forward, and honestly, the world is watching. This is not the end of the Pi story, it is the beginning of the chapter that actually matters.